Hi, everybody. Today is Thursday, March 28th. We're on day 24 of the live challenge, or day 25 of the live challenge. All right, so I've shared my screen, and we're going to continue where we left off yesterday. Are there any questions before we get started today from anyone from yesterday? No? Okay, cool. Let's move on. So, where were we? We had our agent chatter. We were doing the demo complete email. And if I recall, it wasn't totally working on the email. So that's what we need to tighten up today. So let's do that. We have this flow chart here. Remember, we made this flow chart. I'll zoom in. So we made this flow chart. And right now we're working on we need to get the trigger and this demo complete. Okay, so let's keep going on that. So in my agent chatter, I want to go to that demo complete step, which I know is working. And I know it sends the first email. So let's see why it doesn't send the second email. So let's get started by going to test over here so we can have two things going on at once. Okay. I'm going to erase this contact. This time I want to go down the selling lane because I want to incorporate it so that the receptionist is kind of like the only entry point unless they go to the form for that individual listing. So it'll allow the demo for buyer and seller and receptionist in one to all take place on our Facebook page, which is on the right. Okay. So let me, okay. I erased my contact. I'm going to close this up. Yeah, we ran into some problems. So I said, what about Sly Fox Lane? And then it asked me another question, and I didn't really want it to do that. So let's go to our seller bot. We're trying to sell him a home. Tighten this up. Okay. Modify bot. Objectives. Okay, so name, email, listing specific. So there's the seller bot, and we also have the individual listing bot for the address itself. So listing specific. Specific available is listing address. Do not discuss other listings or made up listings. It was kind of making up a listing as something. Gotta repeat this. And I'm telling the bot, do not discuss other listings or made up listings as something we offer, because it kind of did here, right? It said single family, or I did 7922 Sly Fox, which is wrong. And then it didn't work either here. I mean, I knew it let me go through with 7922 Sly Fox here, and it asked me, what am I looking for when I said I'm interested in a specific property? So it's this step here. So we asked the specific, are they looking for a specific property? They say yes. Well, they may say no. So if they say no, we want it to go here, listing type. Okay, so we need to skip. So if the answer is a specific listing, I want to go to listing bot. Okay, so let's do this. Let's keep talking to it here. I'll say hi. Okay, hi. All right, let's get that flow going. So it's listing specific, and we have our individual listing, the Sly Fox Lane. So I want to be able to jump to that if this listing is Sly Fox Lane, because I even put it in the webhook and in the pull down menu for that we're using as the field that we're connecting to. Okay, so the bot just said over here on the right, hi, how are you doing? I want to buy a house because we want the seller bot to sell us a house. I want to buy a house. Okay, cool. I'm going to be messing with this mid production, but that's okay. While we're testing it, but that's fine. Okay, cool. I'm going to save that. But it's not going to the seller bot yet. I know that. It's a reception bot. Remember, we can look at that. Here on the contact, we added that field. See, that's wrong. Oh, no, the lead is buying, and the bot is... See, it hasn't gone to the bot yet. It doesn't do the handoff because it does need to ask this question. And also, as an aside, I talked to Bryce directly about the fact that you have to have another objective after one of these routing objectives. They thought they may be able to tweak it in version 1 to handle it, but it's not going to happen until version 2. So a little disappointing. So that means that we need to add some extra steps that aren't going to be totally necessary soon enough. I'm going to say my phone number is this. Okay, so now it's going to go into the seller bot, and we need to route from here to here. So we're going to need to make a new workflow here, and we'll say, so we have a listing workflow, an opt-in form list. So let's say we'll call this one seller. We'll call this one seller bot handoff to 27, what's the address? 9722, whatever it is, to Sly Fox Lane. So it's a specific workflow for just this particular listing, but so I'm not 100% sure how this would scale well, but it will work for this case. So the trigger is going to be if that field, so if contact changed, pretty similar, same thing we do every time. So we're going to call this one, what is it? Listing specific. Listing specific goal accomplished. I know, I that. Listing specific field. Okay. That's the trigger. And then I'm going to add a filter and we'll say, we go down here, we're going to do listing specific. And so if it has changed to only Sly Fox Lane, okay. If it's changed to that, let me make this shorter. Sorry, 1 second. Adjusting Windows. Okay. So it's going to save that. So that's the trigger. Now the next step is if that trigger happens, then I want to switch the bot to 7922. And here's how I'm going to do that. I'm going to update another contact. I'm going to update a contact field. And I'll call this one set. This is coming from the receptionist bot. They're all tied in. So whatever the reception, well, I have it here too. So the, remember we made this. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. So lead type. So we need to make lead type. That's why this paper is really nice to have. So we need to get the field lead type. And we're going to, no, I'm sorry, not lead type. We want to go, wait, let me think about this. So they do listing specific. And then I want to get it to the next bot. So the trigger, let me just see what I kind of forgot what the trigger is for the next thing. Goes lead type. Because there is no trigger for this. Other than, oh yeah, we have to add a tag. That's how I did it. So I need to add a tag. No, I need to get rid of this. And the trigger, or the below the trigger, the actual action is going to be add tag. And we're going to add that, well, I think might need to make a new one. Do I have that? I don't have 7922, so hold on. All right, let me look at this. Okay, so process message is the main thing here. This is looking for a tag. Oh, that's just for demo complete. So the listing Sly Fox is, okay, so listing specific, okay. Well, see, that's the thing. It does go to listing specific. It should. So we need to do this. And this is that weird little step we need to add in. So it's not, it should hand off here, but it's not. So we need to add in one more step. And it can just be as stupid as, but this is the necessary thing that has to happen in order for these handoffs to take place until version 2. Okay. So I'm going to say thanks. Say thanks and move on to next objective. I'm going to put this as the first objective right in here. So I'm going to close this. Let's save that. And then I need to add this green objective to the 7922 Sly Fox. We're also going to need to add in another step to turn this action off if they come in for the form. Okay. So here, objectives, I need to add an objective. I'm going to move these over 1. I'm going to say thanks. I copy the exact verbiage so it matches. Thanks. Okay, close that. Now I'm going to save. Oh, that's the wrong kind. It needs to be a give info. It's not going to ask a question. And he just fixed this yesterday so that it moves on. If you put a green objective, the give info objective in the first objective block, it was kind of buggy, but now it's working good. All right, cool. Now I need to do one more thing. So we have our let's see. So we have our this thing here. So if they click, this is, I'm going to change this a bit so it makes it listing. So form. So down here, I want to add another tag. I'm sorry, I don't want to add a tag. Oh yeah, I do. I want to change a goals accomplished. If they come in from email, I'm sorry, if they come in from the listing form, I don't want to say thank you. You could, it would be there in the email, but it's not going to ask a question to them. So that they're not going to proceed down this path because we're not asking them a question if we say thanks. So what I want to do is if they come in from the form, I want to update goals accomplished. And these work well as triggers to move things around because it's a separate step from step 2. So it hands off and triggers other stuff really well. So we're going to update goals accomplished. And we're going to click off thanks. This new thanks that we made. So, this is going to get quite busy as you keep going and going, but that's okay. Let's title this so it sounds good. Set goals accomplished. Thanks. Okay, now let's save this. Now let's give this a try. So now, when I give the phone number, it should, so I'm going to go back over here to the testing. I've made all these tweaks. Without trying a new contact, I'm going to check this out because I don't think it's switched into, oh yeah, I got to do this, but I don't think it's switched into it didn't switch yet. So if we get to it before it switches, we can still keep testing. Yep. Nope, it's already at the seller bot, but that's okay. All right, I got to start over. 1 sec. Sorry. And also, I guess I'll finish that workflow then real quick. So this will be done. All right, I'm going to delete me. I'm going to go to this workflow here because we didn't do anything with it. So if they do this, seller bot handoff to Sly Fox Lane. Yeah. So if so we're looking for that field. Remember, so the trigger is looking for the field. If listing specific is, I'm not going to say has changed. I want to do. Wonder if I can do is. It is. I don't. Let me see if I can do that. I don't want to. I don't want that. I want to check the contact. I don't want it to change anything. I don't want to look on a change state. Let me see here. Might have to be. I don't know how to look into a contact and just look at it like an if else in the field. Is there an if else? No. Huh. Okay, so we'll do this. If the contact changed to this, then I'm going to update actually I don't think I need to do anything here. This may be unnecessary. Let's try this. Okay, so I'm gonna say hi again over here. I don't think I needed this based on, well, let me think. So I'm getting confused myself. So we've got our seller bot. This is listing specific, and here's what we're trying to make happen here, and it's not happening. So we added in that thank you step, and it should work. So these flow charts are very helpful. So there's actually another element in this that I want to get in here to make that if it works. What can I assist you with today? I want to buy a home. Yeah, that's gonna try to sell me a home. Okay, so I gotta move this down. Well, not buyer bot. I need to just move these two down. Just a little annoying, but that's okay. Because there is another step in here called thanks, and it's the green step. Yeah, it's a green. This is thanks. Hope this will work. Let's hope this works. Could I get your phone number? Well, it might have switched to the listing. Let's find out. I guess I can look here. Okay, so my contact's coming in. Okay, there's my contact. So it's still the receptionist. It's going to say thanks. Yeah, now it's going to go to the seller bot, which is right. So the seller bot should trigger. Again, we're doing this technique where we're passing, the seller bot and the receptionist have these priorities. And this one first, because it's what it would ask if it didn't know the name. Okay, to provide you with listings and more information, may I have your email address? Sure. I'm going to use a real one. I wanted to see, we're trying out also this demo complete. So we're doing two things at once here. Okay. All right. So over here, see what's going on. So got this. I don't think we're going to need this, but we might. Okay. Thank you for providing. Are you interested in learning more about a specific property? So I want to try to get the trigger on 7922. Yes. 7922 Sly Fox Lane. And if I have to try, I have to test the typo version too, right? Okay. All right. So now over here, well, I'm pretty confident that it switched. Right now it says receptionist and testing one. Let's see if it did that switch. It's going to say thank you, so it still should say seller bot. And it does. Interesting. Now let's refresh this and see if it switched. It's supposed to say thank you. Right? So the seller bot is still activated, and it should have said thanks. Well, because it hasn't gone to this step, so maybe this is the thanks. Okay. No. What if I say no? That's odd. All right, I'm gonna say yes, please. I should be on this step here. So let's look and see what's going on. I've never really used that step yet, that green objective. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Yes, please. So here's this conversation happening. And when I said this, I assumed it would have made that switch when I said Sly Fox Lane. Let's look at this. So email's true, so that's what that step is, and it knows it's getting the email. Rating's 100. Okay. And then when it says I'll get this information to you, it's also not continuing over here. Huh. It just stopped. Wild. Oh, there it goes. What other detail? Okay, so now let's see what happened. So it's just slow. So Josh explicitly mentioned 7922 Sly Fox Lane. True listing specific, yes. Rating. So this is good stuff to know about. So the notes here kind of tell you what the bot did, and it looks like it worked. If I go back to my contact, yeah, you can see it's listing specific, got checked off, but it didn't go to the listing specific bot yet. Let me see what's up with that. Maybe I do need to do something in this empty step I have. Okay, so I just want to make sure it's still on seller bot. It did listing specific. It checked off the thanks. So something's weird here on the thanks answer, and it's not switching properly. So let's find out why. Okay, so here I'm on my seller bot, and let's find out why it's not switching. I wonder if you can't use that on a switch. Let's change this to gather info, just in case it requires that, because I want to keep doing a pattern I was using that I know works. So I'm going to double this again. So it just should say give thanks. And I'm going to make the sensitivity like 1, 0. Everything passes. Must be between 0 and 100. Okay, 1. So low sensitivity, I think, should mean everything I say passes. Let's find out. Save. And now I just want to go back to the Sly Fox bot and turn this into gather info. Copy this here and turn it to 1. All right, so I'm making this up as I go, so hopefully it works. All right, so let's just think about this one more time. Comes down here, we got to here, listing specific. So it's asking the question, and we know for a fact that it knows listing specific is, so it checked out listing specific, testing bot. Let me double check that my testing bot is putting in the right field, but I want to look down here at the pull down menus. Yeah, they want to buy how listing specific. There's listing specific, Sly Fox Lane. 7922 Sly Fox Lane. Okay, so why didn't it switch? Maybe we do need this. So listing specific field. So if this specific field is changed to this, then I need to route it by adding a tag. How the hell? It is already set. That's so odd. Here's why this is odd. So, oops, sorry, wrong field. So the router for all these bots here. Let me make sure this is right. Yeah, see, it should have said testing one should have switched. So everything's set up right. So with the router, demo complete first, then buyer bot, then listing bot. So if listing address is not empty, oh, I see, which it isn't. Oh yeah, I can't do these and or things here, which is why I can't mix these up. Okay, so let's tweak this. I can maybe change this to listing address is. No, I don't want to do that. Let me get rid of that. So if the tag is demo complete, so if demo complete is not on there and the listing specific is Sly Fox Lane, it'll switch. All right, now let's try this. That may work much better. All right, erase me. I'm going to label today's class testing, and more iteration, because that's really what happens when you build all your bots and they're complicated. Okay, cool. So now, yeah, so it's doing this. I say this, so it should go over. Oh yeah, we need to get this thanks step in here. Okay, let's see if that works. I'll clear this out. Say hi. Okay, so hopefully that'll work, right? Yeah, I'm not doing anything in this. I don't think I need this handoff. It should be more elegant than that, frankly. Should work all in here. Well, let's find out. And we have this flag in here that's setting that field to some text, so that's how we're going to test this thing. Hello. Good question. I want to copy this response and put it in the bot. I'm not going to save it, but I do want to put it in receptionist bot because it's a better answer, it's better response than some of the other ones that it's been giving. So I want to train it real quick. I'm not going to save it though, because I'm going through the flow right now. Okay, so I'm going to go to receptionist and I'm going to go to objectives. Let's train this thing here. So lead type, yeah, that's the first question it asks. And I'll say example, use this intro. And I'll just paste that right in there. Okay. I'm not going to save that because I'm using this bot. Okay, so I'm going to say I want to the bot on the right. I want to buy a house. Okay. What else can we do? So now it's going to hopefully come down here. Oh yeah, I changed these objectives to be gather info objectives rather than give info objectives, which is also called a statement. And let's see if that works. But that may not have been necessary because I changed this. And I may turn it back. Okay. Could I get your phone number? Yes. So we know that it's still in the receptionist bot. And it's using that phone number question to switch to the seller bot. To be clear, see, it's still in receptionist. So once I say yes, you give it a number. It'll trigger back over here. Okay. Let's see. So we've got agent chatter. It's doing this. Just double checking this thing here. I go to demo where I know we need to tweak this page a bit because I just want to get to the point where we can start trying to sell our services by next week, hopefully. Home buyer demo, general agent demo. So we need to tweak this. Okay, cool. On the right, great. I've got your number with listings. May I have your email address? Josh at Rosenfeld Marketing. Okay. Yes. All right. So now I know that this is going to say seller bot. Yep. Okay, so now it's on the seller bot, which is this. So it's going down here. It should say, thank you for providing your email, but that's not this thanks. It's over here. And I gave him my phone. So are you looking into a specific property you saw, or are you looking at various options? I want to know more about 7922 Sly Fox Lane. You know how you could make this question more accurate? Because when I gave it a typo, it said Sky Fox Lane. We're going to change, not yet, but we're going to change the sensitivity up. That's, I think, how you solve that. Woohoo! All right. All right. Now, this should say, this testing should say 7922. If it did, we're done. Not done, but we're done with that step. Darn it. Still on the seller bot, which may be okay. Yeah, that's okay. What specific details are interested in square footage? Okay, let's see if it switches. Because I answered the question. It asked one more question, and then it should do the switch. Although it said, well, we'll find out. I can help with that. Do you have any other question about the home or feature you're curious about? All right, now let's see if it went into the Sly Fox Lane. Because it's all right. Yes, it works. So now I could say, well, was this bot even trained? I don't remember if I even trained this specific bot. I'm sure I did. Nope. So it's not even trained on Sly Fox Lane. So let's do that real quick. So the individual listing is trained on Sly Fox Lane. You could train them all. So I'm going to train the rest of these real quick. Receptionist. Okay, I'm going to save that now because I'm not using this bot. And I'll just turn on, because then it'll know about all the bots should know about all the properties. So that's just my fault. I didn't turn that on. Okay. All right. Seller bot, buyer bot is going to buy their house, so it doesn't need to know a property. So definitely Sly doesn't save sometimes. So just double check. Okay, knowledge. Yeah, see, it didn't save properly. Okay, save. Now I'm going to save any other questions about the home or feature about. Yes, how many bedrooms? So now it should probably answer. And then it's going to say, so we're on the individual bot here. Then it skipped over this stuff. And now it's going to say, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? And I'm asking a question. This is infinite, so I don't have any limits to how many times this bot will ask a question. So they can keep asking and asking. Hopefully it will answer. We're going to find out. 5 seconds, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Now, I do notice that the bot will take a little longer when it does look through knowledge base articles. Look at that. It worked. The property at 7922 Sly Fox Lane offers 5 bedrooms. Would like to schedule a call to discuss this now. How does 130, how's 1230 sound? Great. Let's do it. Okay, great. Let's do it. I was thinking about how long we spent making these bots and this kind of package here. Let's say it takes you 3 weeks to make a fully tight demo that works great, perfect to show other realtors in this instance, let's say. That's not a lot of time. I mean, it didn't take us 3 weeks. It took us 20, 30 hours. It'll take us like 20, 30 hours at the end. That's 1 week. So if you're doing this for a business and you have an agency, it's not a lot of really that much time you have to spend to get a really tight demo. You know, I know we're spending 30 days, but you could have done this all in a week, obviously, if you just want to do it hour after hour. Okay, so I still said, great, let's do it. It should try to book me. A little slow. See what's going on. Taking a sec. Hmm. So lead connector's fine. Goal. Josh has asked specific questions, so 100 parse. Anything else? So then here, user wants to know the square footage and number of bedrooms. That's interesting. How it's summarized this here, because this is what a realtor would want to know. I wonder if we can get that up. All right, it's not scheduling me, so let's look at, we're getting closer. So booking should not have been touched. So if booking is empty, yeah, booking is empty. We're on Sly Fox Lane, communicating from Facebook. Cool. It filled this out like on its own. That's so interesting. Listing specific, bot default, AI responded. I didn't turn anything off. Let's try this again. Okay, 12:30 is great. Weird. This was working before. Where are we? Receptionist bot. Let me do one more bot. Okay, yeah, so here's a receptionist bot. Booking. Yeah, they're all named the same on purpose because it's once it books, it's going to do a real booking. So I said 12:30 is great. Darn it, we got so close. It's not booking. Okay, well, let's look. 7922. What's weird is so my incoming messages are not coming through, and I don't know why. Because you see, when it's orange, the phone, that's an incoming message that I said. I don't know why it's not picking up two things I said to it. So let's look real quick at these other bots. It may be reception. I mean, it shouldn't be any of these. Nope. All right, let's look at this. Well, here's the seller bot. Look. Weird. And does the contact have like any flag, any like do not disturbs on? No do not disturbs. It went through workflow 2. Let's look at this workflow. See what happened. I bet you there's an error. Yeah. Okay, so the webhook failed. See why. Not very good. So here's the webhook. It couldn't find sounds like a go high level error. Darn it. All right, well, failed, and it keeps failing for some reason. Even it's not, it didn't fail like a minute. I sent something a minute ago, and that's not in here. So I'm gonna do it again. Hmm. This is why charging hourly for your work isn't always the best option. Testing is part of the job. All right, let's try this again. It's got the knowledge base hooked up. Hi. It's the exact same flow. Okay, hi. So what else can we accomplish over here? Okay, let's start working on this too. I feel the bots are in good shape, but I do need to see what's happening here. Okay, so I said hi to the bot. Gonna be the receptionist bot. Hmm. Let me look here. All right, I said hi. What the what? Oh, great. All right, well, we may have to move off of this for a second. It seems like something's odd in the background. All right, let's look at enrollment history. So I definitely came through here. So it's still processing this step. Huh. Okay. Well, I can't really do anything about it. Let's see. So force the contact into the next step in the workflow. I can't because it won't trigger. Huh. View execution history. Failed again. So there's a 500 error, which is an internal server error, which is not, it's either go high level or close bot. Let me see if there's some people chatting about this real quick, and we're gonna move on anyway. We'll come back to this because that we got pretty far actually. We got the bot to trigger and work, and I'm loving it. Okay, so I don't really see anything at the moment. Let me look and go high level. Sometimes people complain in there faster. Nope, nothing yet. Okay, so let's move on. We're going to take a break from bots for a second. We're going to move on to user experience and the demo site. Okay, so I want to tweak this site a bit because the wording isn't right here, and it just, I don't know, it's not that good looking, and it's just long and not that great. Okay, so let's do this. We'll just take a break. Any questions? Anyone?
Can we discuss like the workflow a little bit? Like,
Sure.
you have like 0, 1, 2, like,
Yeah.
just I guess a little bit of how you go about creating each step.
Well, I didn't create these steps.
Mm-hmm.
So when you use CloseBot and you
Like
integrate your bot here, you install a snapshot. I didn't create any of those steps.
Oh, okay. So that's just a snapshot.
Yep. So you'll get this CloseBot v4 folder. It does not have step 0. I made that. It does not have step 4. We made that here, but it has all these other steps. And disregard both these number 2s. All the work we're doing has been in step 2, which is only really for version 4 does it work like this. So if you have an older version snapshot, it's going to work different. We're only using version 4, and we're only using like this router technique. And this is, so if you didn't have if you hadn't touched your workflow yet when you got it from CloseBot, all you'd see under this on column is one row that looks like this. You just see one row. That's it. So I added in a next level where I'm routing. So this is where you have, so all this routing we're doing and all this testing I'm doing and all these it's really all the magic's all in here. And then the custom fields, that's really the main part of doing the job of making bots for you or an agency or any clients. You always have to figure out how can I best route them in the easiest, most elegant way. And then how do I set up each bot to handle things? And I mean, you've been watching for a while, so you're seeing how it's like, it's all the magic all happens here in the routing. And then these are all identical. There's nothing special here. I did some advanced features where we are sending variables to the webhook, including the bot number. So the default snapshot, the webhook only goes to message. So by adding the bot number, it allows us to switch bots like we've been doing. And I could even see that on the receptionist bot, it never even started. This person, me, is still in that step because there was this error here. So if you are looking at these execution logs and workflows, you're going to see if else conditions failing. That doesn't mean it's wrong. All it means is that all of the conditional statements I made were wrong and false. Therefore, it went down the none lane. Our none lane is receptionist. So that's okay. But if else can fail. So don't be concerned with that. But a webhook should never fail. So really all we can do is try again. Honestly, that's all I can do is just say hi again. So it'll go down the same path. Let me get rid of my contact because I already am in one step waiting. All right, so let's get rid of that. You also see the bot fault tag that I just added that. Don't worry about it. You can disregard that. Okay, so I'm gonna say hi again. Oh, there we go. Okay, good. I'm good. All right, let's say hi again. And we were gonna maybe mess around with this page here. I feel good about these workflows. Yeah, form. So we're not gonna need this. I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna bet my money. Oh, see, it's gotta wait a sec. Yeah. Okay, cool. I want to buy a home. Seller bot will trigger. Okay, I still want to keep going on the left here. Let's do oh yeah, I want to go to sites. Just want to tweak this demo page because it's really going to be like, oh, so also if you're listening, you're on the call, you're all going to be happy. So in this snapshot you're going to get there's a real estate services website in here. It's a template. You can totally change this for your agency if you want. You can use it for clients. You can do anything you want with it. So I threw that in there for free. Cool. So now we're going to go to our one-pager website. I said I want to buy a home over here, so taking a bit. Hopefully the webhook didn't fail. Okay, didn't. That's exciting. Could you share your phone number? Sure. 2489. Cool. So now let's tweak the demo page here. So we're working on this. We'll have this up so we can do two things at once. Okay. All right. This needs, so general agent demo. Uh, talk to a receptionist to buy or sell a home. To buy or sell a home yeah. Talk to receptionist to buy or sell a home. Talk to AI receptionist because we're not hiding what we're doing here. To buy or sell a home and see specific listing details. Okay, slightly better. Add some padding at the top of this. It's a little close. Okay, cool. Save that. Okay, responded. Thank you. What's your phone number? I'll give you a call. I don't like that. I don't want to say I'll give you a call because we haven't made an appointment yet, right? So we'll have to tweak that, but let's keep going. What's your email address? Okay. All right, so we saved this demo specific. Okay, fix that typo. All right, save this. So now generally, so this is opening up our messenger. And I'm gonna say I do want to add one little thing under here, like a paragraph that just says uh this demo will open Facebook Messenger. Because some people don't have Facebook Messenger, and if like they don't, I'm like, I don't want to work with them. Unless you're the executive of the business. All right, I can't add that stupid check. I hate when you can't add that without making it a. There we go. All right, so now back to the bot. Are you interested in a property with the built-in hot tub and pool house? Yeah, I am interested in the property with the pool house. Sly Fox Lane must have a nice, be a nice place. Yes, I am interested in that property. What is the address again? I know I shouldn't go off track with testing the bot like I should do what I did before, but still, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I just added some training. So I think the bots are a little slower when you train it. So if you have huge knowledge bases, like I'm working with some folks that have literal databases in text format, I think the bot's going to be a little slower, but by the time the user has gotten to that point, the lead's gotten to that point, they're kind of invested in talking to the bot, so they'll probably wait for the extra 10, 20 seconds it takes. All right, so what is the address again? So let me save this over here. It's slightly better. I really just wanted instructions in here. To buy or sell a home, to buy or sell a home, or to see specific listing details on 7922 Sly Fox. So I want the user to know that, do this again. You're using this address. Hopefully they'll remember that. Okay, so I'm going to publish that. Okay, so now it said, the address you're inquiring about is this is awesome. The address you're inquiring about is 7922 Sly Fox. Would you like to schedule a viewing? Unbelievable. All right, let's ask another question. How many square feet? And let's see if we can go online to find out stuff. And are the schools, spelling it like that app school, are the schools good in this neighborhood? Because I don't think that our listing specific, that might be in that listing specific information. I don't know if they put that in like the line items for home listings, but we'll see. We're trying to get the demo complete to work. So if we get the demo complete to work and these demos work, we're really getting close. So fingers crossed. Any questions? Anyone? Nope. Okay. And you that have been sticking with me every day throughout all of this, thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm glad that you're watching a real bot's being built in real time because this is, it takes a while. That's why people are trying to charge a lot of money for these things and getting it. This home offers 27,000 square feet. Oh my God. Look at that. It not only said the schools are good, it listed them. That's impressive. A chatbot that's not AI cannot do that. That's impressive. That will impress a client. Any client of any niche, by the way. So let's say that you take my snapshot at the end of this challenge, and this is all you have, and you're starting, let's say, the home services niche, or you've got your own like wellness business or whatever, or like a wellness agency, and you want to get clients using your chatbots, you could show them this. I mean, and you'll say, I'm going to build you something exactly like this for your niche. And it's going to work just like this. And this is enough to blow people's minds, frankly, right now. At least it's blowing my mind. So hopefully you're excited as I am. So now I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. I'm good. And it should try to book me. I'm good, thanks. We want to see if this demo complete bot works. So, also as we're testing, you can see that different components of this ecosystem are also buggy, go high level, OpenAI, CloseBot. So, we are on the cutting edge in that these are not tools that are completely fail safe. They're not 100% yet. And luckily, clients are willing to accept that. They're not going to find another product to sell where clients accept the fact that it's new, it's untested, and they'll be one of the first, which is awesome, but there'll also be some growing pains. So you're not going to find many industries where the client is like okay with you figuring it out in real time. And I make it clear to them that we are doing this together. Great. Let's set up a time to discuss further. Sure. 2 p.m. sounds good. So now if we say 2 p.m. is good, we want to say thank you and then trigger the demo complete. So this is great. So now we have our bots all connected through the receptionist and directly via the email. So 2 p.m. is good. Hopefully it will say thank you. Okay, so this is slightly better. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's like whatever. It's fine. All right, so AI chatbot demo complete. So it kind of worked, kind of didn't work. All right, so it missed out on so here's one thing, and I'm going to fix this right now. So every once in a while, it takes longer for the bot to respond than it does for the override message to take place. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my automation, step 4 here, and I'm going to add a wait step. I need it to wait longer here. So, and that's fine. I'll make it wait. It didn't take too much longer. So if I almost double that, so 0.1 minute is 10% of a minute is 6 seconds, right? Yeah. So that's fine. So you have to tweak this. I'm going to actually put in what that is. Wait 6 seconds. Okay. So that is the only reason, but it did work. So let's continue. Would you like to schedule an actual time to get this set up for your business? Definitely. Yes. Definitely. Okay, great. So this is added in here. Hopefully that's enough time to wait. I could have also, well, no, you can't really look for, CloseBot will put on a tag called objectives complete, but that's only for that one bot. So I'm not sure how it will work with a bunch of bots completing their objectives with one single tag. All right, it's working so far. How about we lock in a 30-minute Zoom call? Sure. 9 a.m. is great. And I know it's on my calendar. Or also would have given us times this afternoon. So hopefully, I think the problem yesterday is it wasn't actually booking the appointment. It should. So I'm going to go to demo complete, which is the bot that it goes to once the demos are complete. So we built 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bots for this Uber demo. Awesome. I've got you down for 9 a.m. tomorrow. So I'm going to click here. Demo complete. Success. All right, so let's see if it's on my calendar. And if it is, we are good to go. All right, so fingers crossed. Darn it. Okay, so that leads me to believe that there's something wrong with email. So let's add email. I think there's just there's something wrong with email. So let's look and go high level. Apparently, you can do this, which is if you go to calendars and you go to appointments. Actually, it's not going to book the agent chatter calendar. It worked. Wait, what's the date? It worked. So one of these worked, definitely. Huh. So let's just double check our calendar on demo complete. Yeah, see? No, that's different. Let's look at this calendar real quick. This objective step. Make sure it's to the right calendar. Okay, so the difference is so that's right. So it's booking with me. And it should go and just say thank you. Let's do this. I'm going to add in a thank you step. Say thank you. Maybe like it needs one more little chunk here to trigger that objective. I don't know why. It is odd. Let me look at this real quick again. I think there should be a so I say 9 a.m. is great. And then this says continue responding, yes, and there's nothing to respond with. Logs. You agree the weather user agreed to an exact time, so I definitely agreed to the appointment. And there's the result. So this is the time, this is the meeting. So it worked. Cool. It just didn't go onto my calendar, and I don't know why. And I also didn't get an email. So I think it's go high level email. So what I want to do is I want to look at email services. It's probably just going to say lead connector. Yeah. Got it. So it's this. So it should come from my main domain, which is fine. But it isn't. Let's see if there's analytics. So I've sent 9 emails. 11:25. So it definitely sent an email every time. Just not, maybe it's in my spam folder. Why would I have my own domain name in my own spam folder? Yeah. All right, I'll have to look into that. Darn it. Well, it's working, but we just need a little bit of tweaking here to make sure the client gets the calendar. So let's make some notes here. Okay, so this is going to be test, test, iterate, test. Okay, so I'm going to erase all this stuff. We did this here. So individual listing bot, we created a new router for the receptionist. No, for the seller bot to route. Demo page, we slight tweak added, we added some verbiage, added text. Okay, test. So we're doing this again. I'm going to move this to the top. This is what we're doing. Test, iterate, and get ready for launch. We're getting close. All right, so where do we leave it off? Let's see. So we're having problems with the so homework, complete about the demo page. Tomorrow we have to tomorrow uh complete finish demo complete email step. And then we need to test. When there's one more thing we got to tighten up. Let's finish this up. So we need to test the listing form email sequence. We're getting close. We're getting real close. Yeah. So are there any questions regarding what we've done so far, where we're at, what we're doing? Got 3 minutes if anyone has a question about anything chatbot related. Silence. Okay, good. Then we're doing great. All right. Well, thank you for coming. I'm gonna end the class a couple minutes short today because we are kind of at a stop here. We got to figure out this email step, but we're very close. So keep working on your bots. Thanks again so much for coming, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you.